Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jaybird, and today I'm back at it with another video to help you improve your Rocket League game and rank up much faster. Today we're going to be focusing on aerial control. We're going to be going through all the ranks and what you need to be working on primarily at each of the ranks to improve your control and overall your performance in the air. And so I'm going to be going over different training methods you can use, different courses you can use to improve your skill, and so yeah, that's basically it. But before we hop right in, if you're wondering why my mechanics aren't as good as this in this video, is because I recently switched to a PlayStation controller instead of an Xbox controller. I'm just updating my PC and everything, getting a new PC. So basically my mechanics are definitely not as good as they used to be because I'm having to like retrain my entire left thumb because the sticks are in different places and it's stiffer and everything. So I'm having to figure out the sensitivity that I used to have because my Xbox controller I used to play on was really old. So just saying that before I get right into it. So first, we're going to start off in the gold rank. And the reason I'm starting here is because you're most likely not going to be aerialing in bronze and silver. You might be going up for a little bit in silver, but your aerials are mostly going to start in gold. And the first thing I want to talk about to work on is going into Lethamir's rings map and working there. Now, if you're a console player, I'm going to have some substitutions for the drill you can do at the end. For some drills you can do at the end of this video. If you want to see those substitutions, you can go ahead and skip to the end. But for now, we're just going to talk about, whenever I say rings map, you'll just prefer the substitutions after you finish watching. So anyways, the second thing I've got for you, sorry about that. Second thing I've got for you is the aerial shots training pack. And this is a training pack by Paquito, and this is really going to help you improve your shots and your ball control and being able to put your ball on target where you want it. And the more you play each of these drills, the more you'll get better, obviously. And so I'm not going to give you any specific times because you know how much time you need to spend in it. The more time, the better. So just getting into Lethamir Springs map, that's something big that I wanted to talk about because it's what I use to improve my mechanics, and it's what I'm going to have to reuse to get used to the new controller. You know what I'm saying? And so what you want to focus on when you're in the gold or platinum ranks is you need to focus on just getting into Lethamir's rings map and just focus on flying through the rings. That's all I want you to focus on. You can use air roll, you can use anything to help make your car go straight through the rings. You can, and when I say use air roll, I mean try to get your card facing forward the whole time because your control in the air most likely is really bad. And so it's going to be hard if you don't use air roll. But then again, if you don't use air roll at all, which is what I do, I never used air roll when I was playing this pack. It'll help you'll improve faster that way. So if you're looking for the fastest improvement, don't use air roll at all and just fly through the course. If you end up facing backwards, fly through it backwards. If you end up facing sideways, fly through it sideways. And you just go through the course. Don't try to go fast. There's always going to be a time limit on top, but who cares about the time? Your goal is to improve your control, not your speed. You improve your speed when you're working on your redirects and your rebounds and your shots and stuff. That's when you improve your speed. So that's probably going to be it for the gold ranks. Practice your shots, and same for the platinum. Practice the aerial shots training pack, which will be in the description, and hop into the rings map and just focus on going through the rings. So now the next thing I've got for you is if you're in those diamond ranks. And the same thing for the rings map, except this time you definitely do not want to be using air roll. If you're already not using air roll, then what I want you to do is I want you to practice dying as little as possible. And try to complete the course in like 20 minutes or 25 minutes if you can. Try to start completing the course when you get into those diamond ranks. And the quicker you do it, the better you get, but the most important thing to focus on is on not dying in the course. And on the shots aspect of this, you want to focus on the rebounds. I'll have a training pack for aerial rebounds in the description as well, but you want to be focused on those backboard reads, being able to put them on target. And a big tip for those is when you're going up for them, try to score the ball with your nose. And don't do too many spins just to look cool, or you see the pros do it, and so that's what you want to try to do. Your goal is to put the ball on target, and over time, as your aerial control gets better, you'll understand why those spins are necessary. They don't do it just to look cool unless you're like Astral or somebody, then you're just trying to look cool. Sometimes, but most of the time the spins are useful. And so that's one of the big things in the diamond ranks is those rebounds, because your teammates will be passing them off the backboard a lot. Usually it's because they missed their shot, but it'll still be going off the backboard a lot. So that's the big thing. And then the second kind of shot that I want you to be working on is the redirects. And when I mean the redirects, I mean basically any kind of redirect you can get your hands on. I'll have a redirect code in the description. It's Lethamir's redirect training pack as well. But basically, this is a really difficult redirect training pack. There's lots of difficult shots. Some of them are more difficult than others, obviously. But this is really going to get you into the groove of understanding the angles that you have to hit the ball at and where you need to hit the ball on your nose or wherever part of your car you're using. And that's something else that I need to mention is focus when you're doing the redirect on any kind of shot, focus on the ball. Don't focus on the net. So you want to keep your eyes on the ball. It'll help you so much with your accuracy. And so that's probably it for the diamond ranks. So now we're moving up to champ. And so we're starting to get a little more competitive here. And again, I'm going to mention the rings map. If your aerial car control is probably pretty good at this point, but you can always get better. And this is where I'm going to start trying to, you want to start trying to use aero roll right a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you can control your car while you're air rolling, or using air roll left, not just air roll right, whatever, is the more you can control your car that way, the faster you'll be able to get to certain balls, because you'll be able to control your car in these different ways. You'll have more options on your list instead of just moving the stick and hoping that you get there, or using normal air roll. And so try to get through some of the levels while holding air roll right or left the whole time. Now, this is going to be like restarting all over again. You're going to feel like you are gold trying to get through the pack the first time again through the map or whatever. And it's going to be really upsetting, but trust me, it'll help a lot. And I know, because I'm having to go through the course again, I'm not even using air roll right, because I got this new controller and my muscle memory's all messed up. I think I'm pulling straight down and I'm pulling down to the left, and it's super annoying. But whatever. Probably going to derank a lot too. Anyways, so the shots you want to be working on in champ is you want to be working on the double taps, and I'll have a training pack that really helped me, and I'll have to be using it a lot more again. But it's called self-set backboard consistency, I think that's the name of it. But the code will be in the description. And what I want you to focus on in this training pack is you want to try to get up to the ball quickly, but controlled. So I don't want you spinning too much or anything, but you want to fly up to the ball, hit it with the nose or the back of your car, and then you want to try to get it into the net, and you want to try to get as much power as possible, and to do that, you want to hit it with the nose of your car. So the biggest tip I have for you is try to get a little bit above the ball, and then fly down to the ball ever so slightly so that you can get that downward angle on your rebound. So that's my biggest tip for the double taps. And then you still want to be working on those rebounds that you were working on in Diamond, because you still have plenty of room to improve on these. And try to challenge yourself. Try to go for some difficult ones, like some over-the-shoulder shots on the rebounds, because those are always really difficult to get a feel for, because the angle of the ball cam and everything is just a little bit off. And so that's probably going to be it for champ. You want to be focusing on those double taps and rebounds a lot. Start learning the air roll right, air roll left. You know what I'm saying? You want to be working on those a lot. So now hopping into the champ. On the rings map, you definitely want to be focusing on the air roll right, air roll left. You want to be starting to master that, because everyone likes to be able to do cool stuff in the air. And if you can air roll right, air roll left, and control your car properly, you'll be able to start getting into the flip resets and ceiling shots and the double taps. It'll become so much easier to you, because you'll know exactly how to move your car, and you'll have so much more up your sleeve than you did before. So that's the biggest thing for the rings map. And remember, if I have a substitution for the rings map at the end of the video, it's not quite as effective, but it'll be pretty effective. And so now, moving on, you still want to be working on your double taps a little bit, because you can always work on getting farther away from the backboard. You can work on the walls a little bit, not straight above the backboard. And now, the different kinds of shots. This is where you're going to start learning your flip resets, your shielding shots. Basically, you want to be going for whatever shots you want to add to your arsenal. So along the way here, you probably haven't followed my advice verbatim, and you probably already know how to do some sort of ceiling shot, some air dribbles, some all kinds of whatever. And so you just basically want to be getting as consistent at those as possible, because Rocket League is taking place in the air now more than ever, and to stay ahead of the game, you have to get ahead of the game in the air, because that's where everything gets complicated. That's where the great players separate themselves from the good players. And so focusing on those mechanics will definitely help you skyrocket your rank, obviously, but mostly your improvement as a player if you can improve those mechanics. And so now, Moving on to the final rank, Supersonic Legend. I am not equipped to give you advice for this rank, but basically, during the rings map, you want to be able to get through the whole thing, being able to air roll. You want to try to get through the whole thing in under 15 minutes without dying. You want to do it on impossible mode, air rolling the whole time, and get through it. You can see people like Evampel or Hankovic do it, and they're really good. They're really mechanical at the game. They're both Supersonic Legend, if they want to be. And they can do it super easily. They're freestylers, obviously. I'm sure pros like Justin or Astral could do it as well. But that's what you want to be working towards, to perfecting those mechanics in the rings map. And so now, what kind of shots do you want to be working on when you're Supersonic Legend? Work on whatever you want, honestly. You've made it this far. Do whatever you want to do now. This is where you can just like be free. Do whatever you feel like doing. Because you basically are in the top, less than 1% of the population or something like that. I don't know the exact math. But you've made it this far, so might as well keep climbing, get better and getting better at the game. So now that I've mentioned all the ranks, that's probably going to wrap it up. So if you need a substitution, go ahead and stick around. If not, go ahead and drop a like and comment. I know this video was kind of just a talking video. I didn't display very much of my mechanics because of my controller situation. But yeah, hopefully this helped you out a bit and helped you give you some pointers on what you need to be working on through the ranks. And so now let's get right on to the substitutions for the rings map. Alrighty, so for the substitutions, the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and go over to training. You want to hop into free play, and the first thing you need to do is you need to change the course. So you want to go over and let me find it real quick. Not Neo Tokyo. It's whatever the one has the pillars on it. I don't know the name of it. Yeah, here. Oh, it's called Pillars. Anyways, so you want to go ahead and hop into this pillar thing. I did this when I was on console. I haven't always been on PC, and it really helped out. I believe I saw this in like a Musty video or something. But anyways, let me just turn the volume off real quick so I can focus. And so what you want to do is the drill for this, because you don't have the rings map, is you want to basically fly in the air, and you can have ball cam on for as much as you want, or not have ball cam on. It doesn't really matter. And what you want to do is you want to, without air rolling, as I said, and you want to follow the same rules. The air roll right rules, everything I use, the air roll or not air roll rules that I mentioned in the gold, platinum, to all the rank sections. You want to follow the exact same rules that I mentioned following air roll. And you want to fly around in figure eights. And you can always reverse the figure eight whenever you feel like it. And you basically just want to fly around in the figure eight circle. I'm going a little bit slow because I'm slower than I would normally go. This isn't actually that slow. But I'm slower than I normally go because of my controller. But anyways, you want to fly around in your figure eights without trying to hit any things like I did there. I messed up. And you want to try and stay in the air as long as possible. And so this is one of the main substitutions that you can do. And the next one, I'm going to go ahead and hop into normal free play on a normal map. I'm going to hit the wall right here. Yep. And what you want to do is, alright, maybe I can show you on this map actually. Yeah, let's do it on this map. Okay, so you see the boost pads right here? There's like a little circle of them around the whole place. So what you want to do is you want to turn off ball cam, you want to fly, and you want to weave in, you want to go left and then right of the next boost pad. And you want to weave in and out, you want to do it like a zigzag. And you want to be able to control it to where you don't cut any cones or anything, you don't cheat in PE class like every other kid. And so basically, you just want to go back and forth, just zigzag through everything. And this is actually a really boring drill, I'm not going to lie to you. But depending on where your mechanical skill is at, you might need this drill. And I hate to say it, but usually the most boring drills are usually the best for you because you like it the least, and that's probably what you need to work on the most. And so you can see I already messed up because my stupid thumb doesn't know what backwards is anymore and what forwards is. But anyways, you get the idea. So get into this pillars map on free play. You can do it in a private match, but free play you have unlimited time. And so the only benefit a private match would have is if you want to set a time limit for yourself. And so you have to do it for a certain amount of time because there is a time limit available. And guess what? You get to be over right after that time. You don't have to go anywhere past that because you know exactly how long you want to do it and exactly how long you have to do it. So basically, that's probably going to wrap it up for the video. Those are the two best substitutions I can think of. Remember to follow the air roll rules exactly. Yeah, pretty much that's it. air roll in the gold ranks if you need to. I'm oh, do I have it still? Do I have it still? Nope. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, never mind. Anyways, go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe. Trying to keep everything relevant to you console players because I used to play on console. That's where I have half of my hours. And so, yeah. Peace out. See you next time.